Hello again. I want to welcome you back to my channel, Cherished Relics Boutique. This is Curry, and I'm coming to you again with one more jewelry haul from some shopping I was doing at my favorite thrift store in the last, I guess, since Thanksgiving of this year. And I did a haul in my last video, but I had too much to show and I didn't want to make the video too long, so I'm just finishing up in this video. Again, about me, my name is Curry. I own an antique booth here in the Pittsburgh area, and my, vintage and antique jewelry items, I actually, instead of selling them in my booth, I have brought them all home and made the recent decision to start selling them all on eBay. So I have an eBay store also called Cherished Relics Boutique on eBay. And this channel, you're going to see a lot of me doing some either unbaggings or unboxings of jewelry lots that I bid on or the like. Or I may share with you some hauls from some thrifting adventures that I have out and about. Or sometimes I might even just show you some of my personal favorite jewelry that I have come across for myself. Because yes, indeed, I do end up purchasing some of these items and finding some things in my, hunting. And sometimes they're just too pretty that I don't want to give them up. Here's one of the little finds I found the other day at one of my favorite thrift stores. This cinnabar, floral carved, I believe it's brass. It's oval ring. I just love the details. And look at all those pretty little flowers that have been carved into it. See if I can get you to focus. I know you can do it. Oh, there you go. It's a pretty little ring. I like it. So, I end up sometimes keeping some of the stuff or keeping it for a period of time. That being said, I was at another one of my favorite thrift stores. It's local. Just the other day, I think it was the weekend of Thanksgiving. And this particular day, they had 50% off all of their jewelry. They never put all of their jewelry 50% off. Usually their jewels cycles through the colors of whatever the week is, and it'll, be full price, and then it'll cycle to 50% off, and then I think it'll go to 80. But it'll never all be on sale at one time unless it's some special occasion, which, Black Friday to them was. So I happened to be there at the right place at the right time, and I found some fun stuff. So let me get started. I tried to make some, I didn't take any of the tags off stuff, just so I could remember what I paid for things, so I could tell you. But anyways, this was a simple magnetic clasp bracelet that says, let's see what that Maker's Mark brand is. See if we can, it says Plunder. Okay, so it's a magnetic clasp for a simple bracelet. This is not an authentic stone, I don't believe. I mean, maybe this is actually that that stone sometimes that they make look like turquoise by dyeing it. Maybe they can dye it in other colors as well. What is that stone called that they do faux turquoise with? I just mentioned it in my last video, and of course, I'm not going to be able to remember it. So let me go in and look at my notes. Howlite, that's right. I don't know, maybe that's a howlite that's been dyed a green. I can't really tell because, I don't know. Not sure. But gold tone, I paid $1.50 for this really nice bangle, magnetic bangle. I thought it was really nice. I just love the colors in it. So, there we go. Let me move on to other things. Another bangle that I came across on the shelf. Let me move this over. Shifting. To me, this looked copper, my opinion. I didn't see any sort of actual mark. And to be quite honest, I don't even know what copper, mark they put for that metal. But I do know copper, when it, oxidize, or whatever it does, it turns green. And this, as you look inside here, and this inside of this bracelet is definitely green, which makes me think it's definitely copper. This lovely kind of braided twisting accents there along the band. Yeah, it's a nice bracelet. Let's see if I can, sort of a, you know, an open bangle style. I don't know, some people like it when you clean up sterling silver or precious metal kind of. I don't really think copper is considered a precious metal, but you can tell me in the comments, do you prefer to purchase jewelry if you're buying a vintage or used item? Do you prefer the people to clean it up themselves before they sell it to you? Where you're getting something that's got that patina? Or do you like to have jewelry that when you buy it, it's already been cleaned up? Because different people have different opinions on that. I paid $2.50 for that copper bracelet. Okay, another item here. Oh, I just thought this is actually one other thrift store. This wasn't at the one thrift store that was half off, but I only have one item from this find at this particular one. But this, I just thought, was just such a lovely necklace. I don't know, I just think it was beautiful with all those rhinestones. It just, for some reason, it just makes me think of a princess. It can obviously be shortened a bit with this gold tone necklace with the, you know, extension that's on there. But it just, I don't know, I just think it just makes me think of a princess. It just makes me feel like I need to go to some fancy dance. The actual style chain that's on this is very unique. I haven't really seen something like this before. I honestly can't even describe for you what kind of chain style that is. But that's mostly why I picked it up, because I thought it was unique. Let's see if there's any sort of, it is definitely not gold or silver, because there is no, you know, mark for metal there. There definitely is some wear up here on the lobster clasp. But in this particular case, it would not deter me from selling it or even keeping it myself, because the main functionality of the actual necklace, there is not that wear on it, on that whole chain, nor down there by all those rhinestones. So I just thought that was a really pretty, very feminine, dressy little necklace that I couldn't turn down. I paid 50% off whatever this price is, so I paid $2.50 for that lovely necklace. Okay, let me keep moving along here. It looks to be a fern brooch necklace that I got for half off, so I paid $1.50 for this. Look up, you can see some of the more little details on the leaves. And like I said, I try to get jewelry that has, you know, actual maker's marks on it. So most likely, unless it's something unique, I wouldn't have bought this unless it had a mark on it for a maker. So let's see what I can find back here. I may be lying. Maybe this particular one I just liked too much that oh, you see? I knew it. I know myself. I know myself. This brand is, it says Giovanni, maybe? Yeah, Giovanni. I guess that's a vintage brand. I recognize that name. With a normal, you know, more modern safety clasp here. I don't know how. I guess safety clasps started many years ago, so this could still be a vintage item. But anyways, it's a lovely, simple brooch. I think that would be liked by many people with that lovely fern design. Okay. I really loved this little choker necklace when I saw it. Mostly because the beads to me were just, they're definitely porcelain or some sort of ceramic bead. I don't know that it's necessarily hand painted per se. It may have some brass beads in between, but this is a choker style necklace. Definitely vintage. I just thought it was so, I don't know. There's some cleaning that needs to be happening right there. I don't know. It just made me happy. It just was such a pretty thing. It made me feel like I needed to put this on and go have a cup of tea or something. I paid $1 for this beautiful necklace. Let's try to get those ugly tags out of the way. They're not as pretty to look at. Definitely not. Okay, next. These were some, twist back, I believe, Cora, faux pearl stud earrings. I guess you wouldn't call them studs because they drop. Cora. Is that, how do you spell it? C-O-R, Coro or Cora? Maybe it's Coro. I just think they're a lovely little, pearl twist back earring. I guess you would call them a stud because the way that it hangs on the ear is as if it was a stud. So, anyways, yeah, those cost me $1. All right, this necklace was just so fun to me. Trying to give myself some more room here. Mostly because of the birds. I really liked the look of the birds on this necklace when I saw it. And, these other beads that are on this necklace, I really think these are brass. But look at the details in these. Definitely a heavier necklace. These are definitely stone beads of whatever type. This is a lighter one. I bet you this is some sort of volcanic bead. I don't know what you call those volcano beads, but I think that's what that is. But look at these fun little birds all along here. Some different size birds. I just couldn't pass this up. Definitely those brass beads. I don't know if I clean them up a little, if they'll look a little more. I mean, they look like a gold tone that's been rubbed off, but I'm not quite sure if that's just dirt or whatever. But it's got a simple, barrel twist clasp on it. I didn't see any marks for $9.25 or anything like that, but for $1.50, not too shabby, right? That was just a lovely bird necklace that made me happy. There we go. Okay, this just fell off, but I paid $1.50 for this lovely brooch. I believe it's a Monet brooch in like this white. It's metal. Let's see. There you go, Monet with a normal safety clasp. But I guess you would consider this to be what's the word I'm trying to say? Hold on, I'm looking for it. Enamel. I believe this is an enamel style brooch. Metal. A bit heavier. I thought that was nice. Okay. All right, this was just on a very simple ball chain. It was not sterling or anything like that. I could, test it, and let's actually test it magnetic-wise. Oh, definitely not sterling. The reason I got it, obviously, was because it was only $1.50, and it was really mostly because of the pendant, which to me looked very pewter, I don't know, that was just a lovely cross for somebody to enjoy. There is a mark on the back of this, but I remember being in the store, and I don't even think in the store that I could actually read what it said, just because it's been worn a lot. So I can't actually tell what that says, but, I don't know how to test for pewter, but I feel very confident that that was a pewter cross of some type. Okay, again, I paid $1.50 for him. Okay, here is a set of jewelry that came together. Oh God, sorry. It's nice to keep all this stuff in here, but then I don't have much room to show you stuff. I believe it's Avon. It's an Avon set of earrings in a Y style necklace. Let's come up here and see if we can see this maker's mark. There you go, Avon. Let me do it again. Avon, definitely Avon. But I just, you know, I loved the pink filigree details in there with, you know, some AB crystals. And definitely not any sort of precious metal. This is definitely costume jewelry, but it had some really lovely matching earrings that went with it that also have a maker's mark on it. And I paid $2 for this set of Avon little set of jewelry. I hate looking at the price tag, so sorry, you're not going to get to see the earrings because they're still attached to that. Trying to make it so you can still see all the jewelry as I move on to the next thing. Okay, another Monet brooch, also white enamel. This one looks like it's been a little bit more, has a little bit more wear. Part of me thinks that these gold little buttons that stick up there are, I don't know if they're rubbed off or if that middle row was meant to be gold. I'm not convinced, but I love the little floral design there. Some people don't really mind the age showing the antiqueness of an older pin like this. It definitely is in great condition, just has some wear to it. I paid $1.50 for it. And it also is Monet. I'm not going to take it off the card. Well, maybe I will, because then the ugly card won't be in my video. You can see the Monet mark there underneath the clasp. Oh gosh, I guess you can't see it yet. It says Monet. But anyways, that's another lovely brooch that I came across. Okay, next item is, I may just show you half of this and then pull some of this off and show you the other half, because, you know, I'd love for you to still be able to see the stuff that I'm showing you, but I'm getting kind of full here. I think this will be the last one I'll do in this grouping, but this was a really lovely J. Crew vintage necklace with all these big chunky rhinestones, lots of really nice colors in there. It has a hang tag that says J. Crew. J. Crew always has these really cool clasps. It is still a spring ring clasp, but it just, you know, it's a little bit more significant. This is a heavy necklace with all those rhinestones. Nothing's missing, and they just sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. It's lovely. So that was a nice find. I found it behind the desk for, I got half off of $5, so that necklace cost me $2.50 on Black Friday. Woohoo! So anyways, there's the first half, and let me pull this off, and I can show you the second half of my Black Friday haul. Anyways. It's a terrible thing to get into this jewelry reselling, because so often I come across things and I just love them so much myself. Good thing I love jewelry, that it's hard to it's hard to sell some of them because you like them so much. But I just have to be realistic and know, you know what? I'm not going to the prom. I don't need this fancy jewelry, or I'm not, you know, whatever. I just need to be realistic about, you know, not hoarding it all for myself, actually giving the benefit of selling it all. Anyways, here is the last few items. Actually, excuse my video, but my video is going to move for 1 second. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to grab something. Sorry. Excuse me as I'm rearranging. Give me 1 second. Just ruined my setup there. Okay. All right, I'm back. Anyways, this is a very heavy bangle that I found at that thrift store. It was also half off. So I got it for $1.50. Let's see if it was magnetic. Yeah, I would not, slightly magnetic. But it's sort of got some inlaid blue stones along the band. I don't know what kind of stone that is, but it's definitely inlaid. It's a heavier bangle. I just thought it was a good find for $1.50. Here is a nice shell 3-strand shell bracelet. Really nice. I don't know. I don't know if you would consider all of those to be mother of pearl or if there are other shell styles, but it is a stretch bracelet. As you see there, it's got a ribbon on it. I don't think the ribbon part's supposed to stay on there for while you wear it, but it does have along the outside these sets of chains that connect it. I think it's in 3 places. That's pretty, it's very well made, nice pearl bracelet. Cold, definitely cold on my hand. And the stretchiness is still in really good condition. I think the only sort of aged part of it was along some of those metal chains. I saw just a teeny bit of copperness showing through. You can see it there, obviously from it rubbing up against it. But, you know, it just blends in with all the natural tone colors of the whole look of the bracelet. So I really don't think that takes away from any of it. And I got that for $1.50 as well. Nice bracelet. Okay. Here is a gun stock. I guess that's what it's called. Metal Leah Sophia Y necklace with some really lovely rhinestone accents. It does have an extension, a necklace, you know, extension on it, and it has a hang tag with Leah Sophia. Really good condition. I just thought it was very dainty and simple. With, of course, the floral look there. I'm going to bring it up here a little bit so you can also see some of the filigree details that were part of. And it's not on just a regular, well, I guess I would consider that to be gun stock. But let's see, you can see the filigree details around those floral accents. And these are all just rhinestone. Possibly some of them are glass beads, but, you know, definitely costume jewelry. But really nice. I like it. I like it, I like it, I like it. I'm going to move that right up here. Okay. A couple more things. I don't still have the price tag on this. I think I paid 50 cents for it. But it's a cloisonne, a kind of vintage hair-barrette. And look at the clasp on this. For a hair-barrette, I guess you bring it in and out. It's a pretty fancy hair-barrette. I just thought it was so pretty. Those beautiful details. I love it. Okay, here's a big kind of faux pearl and, you know, teardrop hanging a gold tone necklace. I want to say this necklace is probably, I don't know, I could probably measure it around my neck, I'll tell you. Or I won't measure it around my neck, I'll measure it there with you. I don't know. I think I'm not going to measure it. I'm not going to take the time. I think it's about 30 inches. You know, it's a longer necklace. Let's see if I can get this laid out really nice for you. But it is a 2-strand where the strands are one is longer than the other. You see, I'm not doing a very good job of showing you that. Hold on, let me take it out and straighten it so you can actually see how it's supposed to hang. My bad. Got to get it untangled. There we go. That's what we wanted. Okay, let's try this again. So again, this is a partially two-strand necklace. The two strands don't go all the way up to the top. They end about 3/4 of the way around. But you can see that one level is definitely longer than the other. Definitely faux pearls. Great condition, and I believe this is also a J. Crew necklace. Let's see here. There you go. There's your hang tag. J. Crew. Yeah, really nice. Let's see. I paid $1.50 for that. I love it. I mean, I don't really wear that kind of jewelry. I mean, maybe if I was going to church or something, or I don't know. But that's not, but I just think it's really nice. Okay, I also came across, it was kind of behind, you know, their checkout desk, an entire set of a Premier Designs jewelry set that came with, it came with its necklace and its earrings and its bracelet all going together. They are sterling silver, and they have marks for that on the back of this twist back earring. It says sterling. Of course, it's not going to cooperate to show you that. There you go. It says 925. But this is what the beads look like. And so the bracelet is the same, except the bracelet has a toggle clasp, which you can see there. And the necklace, all of them having the same pattern of beading. The necklace has a lobster claw clasp with a 925 mark on it. Let's see if I can find it. There you go. You can see it. Let's see if I can keep bringing it up. You can tell that it says 925. But that mark there on the lobster claw says 925. Anyways, but the whole set, bracelet, earrings, and necklace, I paid half off of $9, so I got that whole set for $4.50 on Black Friday shopping. It was a good day. Okay. I'm just going to show you just a few more items and we're going to call it a day. These other last few things I'm going to show you were actually things that I found at a different thrift store, but there's some items that I haven't been able to show you yet, and I just thought I'd finish up this video today by showing you these. Here's a lovely tiger's eye pendant that I purchased at a thrift store. That is definitely, it's got a freshwater pearl, an actual freshwater pearl in there, actually two. You can see one on the actual bail and then one on the pendant, and marked with 925. I believe it's marked inside of the bail. Let's see if I can find it, but it's definitely sterling. I may not be able to find the 925 for you this very second, but I know that it is. Very heavy, very nice. Tiger's eye, little pendant that you can add on to any sort of necklace. I probably paid $3 for that on a 50% off day. I don't remember exactly. Here's a lovely cameo ring that I bought the other day, kind of pink cameo ring. It's so light you can probably hard to tell the details of that little, it almost looks like a little girl that's drawn in this cameo. You can see some very detail around the cameo, kind of that, you know, twisting Anyways, this is definitely a 925 necklace. And it's funny because this one was actually marked on the outside, which was very interesting to me. And I believe when you have sterling that's marked with a lower number than 925, this one might be marked with 800. It's just a lower percentage of sterling silver. I think that's what that is 800. I'm going to have to look to remind myself, but I know it's still sterling silver version. But I just thought that was a really nice cameo ring. I have skinny little fingers, so I like finding little rings. That I think I've kept that one for myself to enjoy, at least for a while until I decide to sell it. Okay, here's some really cool mother of pearl earrings that I found actually at a consignment store the other day. That, you know, some of the items they put out of jewelry that people bring in that are actually, if they realize that they're sterling silver, they actually mark it on their tags as sterling. In this particular set of earrings, they didn't actually have it marked. I could tell immediately when I saw it that they were definitely a nicer earring. It's got a, they're heavy, and it's got a very significant back on it. And I think the reason someone didn't notice that it was sterling is because where it has the 925 is actually on the back. Let's see if I can bring it up there so you can see it. Let me see if the other back has it marked where it's easier to see it. Oh, there you go. That says 950. That's not sterling, Mark. What does 950 stand for? That doesn't mean that it's gold, does it? 950. I'm going to have to look that up. Hold on, I'm looking it up. What does 950 mean on jewelry? Give me 1 second. What does 950 mark on jewelry mean? $9.50 on jewelry, 95% silver. Okay, so this is even a higher grade of silver than 92.5 when you see 925. Yeah, the brand on it was the only thing you could see on the back of the earring. And I did look up this brand. Hold on, let me see if I can. It says Laria. Is that an L? Hold on, let me look on the back of the other one. It might have had some wear on it that makes it hard for me to see. Oh, something. I don't know if it's an M or an L or a C. I'm so confused. Laria. Laria? I don't know if there's another letter before it, but I remember I had Google searched them and actually looked up, I typed in some of the letters of that, and I found that jeweler, some of her jewelry was selling quite significant price. Anyways, I just thought those were a nice find. Trying to make it look pretty for you. Doesn't always work out that way though. Okay. This actually is a brooch that actually was my grandmother's, but it was in some of the stuff the other day when I was trying to show you some of my own items. I had left some of this out to show you guys. I didn't get to it. On the back, there is a mark for showing that it is gold filled with the mark 1/20. What carat gold, I can tell you. It is, it says Dan Craft, and then it says Sorry, my light is dying on my jeweler's loop. 12 karat gold, 1/20. Definitely, it says Dane Craft, DANECRAFT, but it was it's a lovely wishbone, you know, brooch with 3 actual pearls on there. That was my grandmother's. I like it. I've actually worn it a few times. When she passed away, it got passed down to me. Okay, here's a cool ring that I had a jewelry bag unbagged that, you know, like I said, usually I don't come across a lot of things in those. I don't know. I don't usually find a lot of stuff in those jewelry bags, but this was a really neat find because I have tested this, and this is gold. I believe it's 14 karat gold. Definitely has some age to it, but the stone in it is like glass. I've tested the stone, and it is not an actual stone. But look at the neat details of that actual ring with the 6-prong setting and the details kind of going along. Definitely very antique. It was a good find. Maybe I'll choose one day to replace that with a real authentic stone, because I know the actual stone is not real. But that was a neat find. Okay, this is a ring that actually I bought. I mentioned to you previously that I have parents that live in Australia, and so there are some jewelry pieces that I have that are rose gold. I don't know if this one is rose gold or it might just be regular. I don't know what percent gold it is. I can't remember. But it is an actual opal and diamond ring that I bought years and years ago when I went to visit Australia. My fingers are a little bigger now, so I'll have to pass this down to my daughter because I could barely get it on my finger. But I don't know. It was my like jewelry piece that I bought from my visit with 2 little diamonds that are bezel set. Do you call that? Is that called bezel setting when they're kind of set down in? I believe so. Okay, a little opal ring. This was actually in another bag of jewelry that I had opened, and it's just a pendant. It does not have mark on it for sterling silver, but I have since acid tested it, and it is. And then I have also taken my gem tester, and this is a ruby. This is a amethyst. I want to say that this is peridot, but that one is not a diamond. It might be white topaz or something. I can't remember what it kind of came up as. But that was a little surprise, sort of that tree of life pendant. A neat find. I'll definitely be putting that up on my eBay page to sell. But I just thought it was pretty cool. Here's a lovely abalone shell inlaid pendant with a really significant bail, you know, and this sort of beading along the outside of it. Definitely sterling silver and some lovely detail, swirl detail in the back. I believe the sterling silver is marked on the inside of that bail. I don't know. Love the colors. I think I mentioned to you the earrings the other day that I loved so much that I kept that were abalone. I think that this necklace pendant will go really well with it. It's probably something I'm not going to sell. I'll probably just keep it. Okay. I only have a few more items here to show you. Okay. One time I had gone to a church sale, especially if you go to one of those church sales and you go there on like the last day of it, they go from full price to, you know, 50% off to 75% off. I think this was a particular day that I had gone, and most of the stuff, you know, there wasn't much left, but I came across this necklace that was 75% off. I don't know. I might have paid $1 for it. Honestly, at the time, I wasn't really as knowledgeable. I was a beginner at all this, and I don't even think I had a jeweler's loop with me or a magnet, but you know, I didn't have those things to test, so I think I just bought it because I liked it, and it wasn't until I got home that I realized that it was in fact sterling silver. And I don't know if that's tourmaline or onyx. I could probably test it on my gem tester, but it is marked sterling. I can't remember exactly where in there it's marked 925. Oh, it's definitely marked inside the bale there. Let's see if I can get it to show you. There. In there, it's marked 925. It's got a little bit of definitely some tarnishing there. It's starting to turn a little tarnished. But the actual chain is also 925, and it's a lovely chain. Really nice find. I mean, again, it was like 75% off day at the church, and I don't know, I might have paid $1 or $2 for this. And again, such a surprise when I got it home and realized what I had picked up. There's the mark right there on the lobster clasp. It's very Brighton style looking, but a lot of Brighton, obviously Brighton stuff is not actually sterling silver, so this is actually fancier than that. It was a good find. I love the little floral details on it. Also at that same church sale, I just at the last minute, I was about to go out and pay, and I picked up these little, what I thought were faux pearls. They were literally in a little bag right there by the little register with a whole bunch of little earrings. And I just grabbed them because I was like, oh, this is going to cost me $0.25. And I think I literally paid $0.25 for them. And when I got home and I was investigating them, I actually looked more closely at it and realized that they were actually 14 karat gold earrings. Let me look with my, 14 karat gold that you can see back on the twist back of those earrings. See if I can bring it up here high enough for you to see it. And I have then since acid tested them, and they are in fact, can you see that? Where it says 14 karat, maybe I could turn it a little bit more for the light for you to be able to see it. 14 karat gold. Trying to get it up there close enough for you to see it. But that's what it says. And they are true, authentic pearls. You can never tell. It's definitely not a freshwater pearl. It definitely is round. But you don't know if it's a natural pearl or a cultured pearl. But they are pearls. I have checked them with all the other pearl things, like the grittiness on my teeth, and definitely has that beautiful luster to it. And these 25% 14 karat gold pearl twist back earrings I definitely will be putting up on my eBay page. And the actual pearls are, let's see here, how many millimeters? Looks like 8mm pearls. Very nice, good find. For $0.25, not too shabby, I think. And then, of course, when I saw those, it reminded me of my own earrings that I had at home that were some lovely pearl earrings that were handed down to me from my grandmother. I'm not selling these because obviously these are sort of a family heirloom, but it was neat to get that passed down to me and find, I believe these are also 14 karat. The brand is on, look really close here. It's right there on the that bar part of the earring. I'm sure it's hard for me to get to focus this for you, but let me look at it with my jeweler's loupe. It was a brand that Kremets, there you go. Obviously a vintage brand that I've heard of. Kremets, yes. Lovely earrings. Anyways, with 2 pearls there. So lovely grandmother pearls there to share with you. Okay, I have only 3 more items to show you. And then we're going to call it a day. I've taken up enough of your time with all my... Can't imagine who would be interested in seeing this much jewelry. But let me see if I can move some of these items back so I have some more room here. Just place these last few things and still try to make it look decent. Okay, this actually I bought at an antique store just a few weeks ago. You know, usually when I find myself going to an antique store, you know, I'm at an antique store not so I can find things to sell in my own antique booth. I usually, if I'm ever in an antique store, it's because I'm trying to look myself for myself. I'm always out looking for a deal, but you know, I can never buy things in an antique store that I could make enough money on myself and sell. So usually it's stuff. I think I mentioned this the other day, but a lot of my jewelry items that I keep personally, I had bought these little baggies a while back with these little charcoal inserts that, you know, seal and keep the air out to help your, you know, gold and silver items from tarnishing. But anyways, this was a beautiful locket that I bought the other day at an antique store. This is sterling silver chain. I don't know if I can get it to focus. It's so small you might not be able to read it, but it is in fact 925. Yes, 925. Right there on the and I believe it's on the actual clasp too, on one of the two sides. One, I can't remember, this side or this side. Oh, there it is. Right there. Also 925. Oh my gosh, the focusing makes me crazy. Absolutely crazy. Right there on the spring ring clasp. Just a gorgeous, you know, locket. It's bigger. I actually bought this as a gift for someone, but realized after the fact that they're not big necklace wearers, so I may end up keeping it myself. But says you got your 925 markings again up here, but it's a bigger kind of locket. I just love it. It's kind of on a unique sort of chain there. Very nice. Okay, last two items. This was a find from a thrift store a while back. I actually told you how much I love purple. This is an item I've kept myself because, you know, my daughter being an NYU student, I just love the purple stuff, and my mom being an amethyst birthday. But this was a beautiful bracelet that I had bought the other day while I was at the thrift store that I discovered was gold filled. I believe it's marked on the clasp. And it's in really good condition. And it's something that I didn't have the heart to give away. I mean, to sell, or at least not yet. But you can see it says 1/20th 14 karat gold filled. And it's something that I just enjoy. But it was a lovely bracelet. And I don't know, I think I probably paid $4 for that. It was probably something that was in behind the register or whatever, and it was probably 50% off day. So that was a really neat find. And one last item I want to show you, and then if you're still with me, congratulations. I appreciate your time and that you're staying with me to check all these things out. I don't know, I love jewelry and I find it super interesting. I realize everyone else may not, but you know, it's just fun to find all the neat things that you can come across and you know, discover out there in the thrifting world for next to nothing. Here is a beautiful kind of, I don't know if you consider this a Y necklace when you only have, you know, that little bit hanging down. But this was a beautiful necklace. I can't remember the name of that stone. But it, I don't know, I would say it's probably a 16-inch chain. And I discovered, I think this was one of the things that was on the wall. And I discovered when I, was using my jeweler's loupe that it was in fact a gold-filled necklace. The whole thing, chain, the whole thing was gold-filled. I can't remember where I saw it or if it was down on the necklace. It's probably down on the necklace. Let's look. But I believe I ended up getting this beautiful gold-filled necklace. It's definitely got some patina and cleaning up. I don't know. I probably paid $4 or $5 for it. It may not have been one that was on clearance, but now it's going to really bug me that I can't remember the name of this stone. So before I say goodbye to you, I'm going to do a real quick Google snap of that, Google images, and see if I can find out real quick the name of that before I let you go. Give me 1 second. Okay, it is, I don't know if I'm going to have anything come up as the right stone. Possibly not. I'm going to have to look into that, on what kind of stone it is. Because it's definitely kind of got this multicoloredness about it. No, I don't want to do that. If anyone knows what the stone is, I'd love your input. So share with me. Yeah, I just don't know. Anyways, I'm going to have to do some research, but it doesn't change the fact that I love it. And anyways, those are some of my finds. So I want to thank you for, joining. It's just so fun to be out there thrifting and come across some awesome pieces for, as I said, next to nothing. You just got to know how to look for it. So if you're out there trying to thrift yourself, make sure you always have a jeweler's loupe with you and a magnet and time, because it takes time to dig through all this stuff. But you can find some lovely things for you to enjoy yourself, or for you to give as gifts, or to resell to other people. Again, if this is stuff that you're interested in and you enjoy, please make sure you give me a like on your way out. And right now I currently have 3 followers, so if anyone wants to follow me, that'd be awesome. I know, I'm no pressure. It doesn't matter. You don't have to follow me, but I'm just new at this, and I'm just trying to find my way. Again, have a good night, and enjoy your evening.